Yeah. This is traditionally a numbers podcast focused on finance and investing. So one question I ask is, what is one truth about money that you believe and most people do not?
That most people do not. Well, hard to say if most people do not, but I will say this: you cannot underestimate the value of cash, cash in the bank, cash on hand, cash reserves.
Wow.
Cash is king. It will continue to be king. It's always been the king. And in a world where credit seems so easy, in a low mortgage interest rate environment, and credit cards that you can kind of get compared to what rates used to be. And I don't foresee, Chris, anytime soon where rates are going to jump up. Otherwise, our $30 trillion debt will be $40 trillion debt for the government. But at the same time, the advantage of having cash, and I'll share a very quick example with you if we still have time. I used to work with professional athletes. I used to be their personal CFO and all of that. And one thing that I would always stress is to save money in the first contract. Now, for an NBA athlete, they might have a 3-year deal with a 1-year extension. And I said, you've got to save cash in that first deal. And they said, no, I want to, I'll save it when I get to the next deal. I said, you've got to understand there's 2 real advantages to that. One is you develop the habits early. When you develop that habit early of saving, it's always going to be with you. And that's terribly important. But I said, the second advantage is that when you get into your negotiation on your second contract and shopping out the market, if you've got reserves, you can hang on for a much better deal. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and blowing all your cash, you're going to, tell your agent, yeah, I'll take that one, or I'll take this deal. So you've got to be able to know, and this holds true for everyone in the marketplace, that if you've got cash on hand, well, if you're not particularly happy with the situation, you can take a little bit of a risk to bounce around and maybe do some different things, or, do a podcast like you're doing and do some other things, as opposed to if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have cash, you are stuck grinding on the, treadmill that you're on forever and a day. So that would be my advice to your audience.